Hello, welcome to your topic lesson for Tuesday the 12th of January. Now today we are going to be historians again. So remember, history is the understanding of the past at the personal, local, national and international levels. So historians can learn about why we live the way we do and learn about the past to help us in the future. So today we are learning about creating a timeline. So let's have a look. What is a timeline? A timeline is a way of displaying events in the order they happened. This is called chronological order. The timeline starts from the oldest event and goes till the most recent. Okay, so let's have a look at an example of that one. So here is a little timeline of your life. So a timeline can be for any event that has happened in the past. Here is a basic timeline of your life. So you were born in 2014 or 2015, depending on when your birthday is. And then your first day at school was in 2019. Your first day in Ducklings class was in 2020. And our home learning that we're doing right now started in 2021. So here is a short timeline of what's happened in your life. Now there's quite a big gap here between when you were born and when you came to school, and there's probably lots of things that did happen in your life that you could put there. Can you think of another event that you could put on your timeline? Something that might have happened to your family, something that might have affected you. So you might have had a new sibling, you might have had a new baby brother or baby sister, and that might fit in here before you came to school. You might have got a pet, you might have moved house, you might have learnt to ride your bike, you might have, when you were little, you would have taken your first steps or said your first words. Okay, so there's lots of things that would have happened between when you were born and when you came to school. And there's also lots of things that would have happened between when we were in Otter class and when we went to Ducklings. And there's stuff that's happened since Ducklings and today. Okay, so there's lots of things that we could add to this timeline. Have a think about what you would add to your timeline. What can you remember that's happened since you have been born? Well done. Let's have a look at another one. So what we're doing today is we're actually looking at a timeline of toys. So last week when we asked you to do some sorting with some toys, you might have used the pictures of old toys that were given. You may have found toys around the house, or your parents or even your grandparents might have had toys for you to have a look at that they played with when they were little. So what we're going to do today is we're going to think about putting them in chronological order of when the toys were invented or when they were started to be played with. Okay, so we've got the oldest at one end, we've got the newest at the other. So here is a metal toy soldier. We might have toy soldiers like this today, but these metal toy soldiers were very popular in the 1800s. Okay, so this was very popular when, a long time ago, when people liked to play with them, and they were made of metal. Then we've got a teddy bear, and these were made a long time ago, but it's newer than the toy soldiers. Okay, so we've got the toy soldiers as the oldest, then we've got the teddy bear. The next thing is a slinky. So the slinkies were invented after the teddy bear, so it's newer than the teddy bear. Okay, but it's not the newest thing, it's not at the beginning. Next up, we've got a Barbie. Now, Barbies were invented in the 1950s, so they are quite old, but we still have our Barbies to play with today, but the original Barbies were made a long time ago. And the newest thing here, we've got a Nerf gun. That's quite a new toy that has only been started to play with recently. So we've put these 5 things into chronological order from oldest to newest, from the toy soldiers to the teddy bear to the slinky to the Barbie to the Nerf gun. Okay, Now, this could be any range of toys that we can put on a timeline, and some of them might not be as old as the toy soldiers. Okay, so it might be that when you have a go, you might not have something as old as a toy soldier, but you'll still be able to put your toys into a timeline. So that's what we're going to do today, is we are going to be creating a physical timeline using your toys at home. Okay, so that means that you're not drawing it, you're not writing it. I'm going to ask you to collect toys or pictures of toys. It might be pictures of your parents' toys or pictures of your grandparents' toys, or pictures from last week when we did the sorting. You could use the old pictures from then as well. Okay, now we're going to be creating a physical timeline using toys at home and pictures of old toys. Start by collecting some of your favourite toys, but try and make sure some of them are not the newest. So you might pick something that you've got at Christmas, and that's going to be really new, isn't it? Because you've only just got it. So if you've got a toy at Christmas, that might be the newest toy on your timeline. Okay, then there might be a toy that you got when you were really little. When you were a baby, you might still have a teddy bear that you were given when you were a baby that you really love, and you still have that. So you know that that's a bit older. If you've got older brothers and sisters, they might have a favourite toy that is then older again than your toy. Okay, then you might have something like a picture of your parents with their favourite toy from when they were little, and then you might use a picture of the old toys that we used last week. So you're going to pop them, you're going to make a line on the carpet or the table, and you're going to start by thinking that we've got the oldest at one end and the newest at the other. Okay, so you're working from the oldest to the newest. So you might find that the oldest toy that you have could be your grandparents' teddy bear, a picture of that, or your parents' teddy bear. They may still have that, so that might be the oldest toy that you have at home that you can find. Okay, if not, it might be a picture from when we were doing old toys last week, like a spinning top, okay, because that's going to be quite an old toy. Then you're going to find something else. So it might be that there's a China doll that was from your grandparents or your parents. Now, Lego is quite old. It's been around for a lot. We play with it now, but it was around when it's been around for quite a long time. Okay, so you might choose something that's that your parents remember playing with, or your older siblings remember playing with, and that would come next. And then there might be something really new that you got, like a games console, okay, because that is a very new piece of technology, or a toy, because it uses, like we were talking about last time, it makes sounds, it lights up, and it can move. Okay, so those sort of things that identify it as a new toy is going to be at the beginning. So remember, our old toys were made of wood, fabric, glass, metal. So that was our older toys seem to be made of those most of the time. And our new toys are most of the time made of plastic. Okay, our old toys, they might move, but you had to wind them up. Okay, and our new toys, they moved, but they used electricity, like batteries, or you plugged it into the plug. Okay, so think about those things that we know about old toys and new toys. You might also look at a toy. Now, a new toy can start to look old when you've played with it, okay, because it gets a bit bashed around and it might get a bit broken, but that doesn't always mean that it's old. It means that it's been well used. We're thinking about how old it is in terms of when we started playing with it, okay? So some of your newer toys might look old because you really love to play with them, especially teddy bears. When we cuddle them lots and lots, they start to look a bit old. Okay, so very old teddy bears, lots of the time they lose their fur, and sometimes, like the picture, he's lost an ear and an arm. Very loved teddy bears, okay? So thinking about when we got that toy, or when that toy was made, is thinking about that's where we're going to put it on the timeline. Okay, so good luck with that today. I hope you have fun with finding your toys, and hopefully you'll be able to look at some old toys from your family to help you make this timeline. Okay, hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.